Hey, what's up? It's Cameron here. Now listen, I have some really exciting news because if you are serious about building your Myecon business, then I'm going to share in this video my advanced Facebook strategy so that you can create winning Facebook ads every single time. Because you know, if you've been watching my videos, I always talk about, building up your audience and making sure that you build that relationship with them. So this is going to be a really powerful video. So please make sure you watch this video. So welcome to this section here. This section here is all about Facebook, all right? So you're going to learn how to set up winning campaigns and how to scale those winning campaigns, all right? So if you ever, wondered how, people are spending $1,000 a day on Facebook ads, well, this here in this actual section here, I'm going to break down exactly how you can do that. All right. But before I go ahead and actually go over everything, I kind of wanted to start with the basics. All right. So if you're a little advanced, then, just please forgive me because I want to make sure that everyone understands every aspect of Facebook. So just bear with me if you already know this information. So what I want to start off with is I actually want to start off with the difference between a campaign, ad sets, and creatives, okay? So you have three different sections. Like I said, you have the campaign level, then you have the ad set level, right? And then you have the actual creative, okay? Now, the campaign level is where you actually tell Facebook what's your objective. All right, so you have, reach, you have awareness, you have traffic, you have video views, engagement, then you have conversions and all that stuff. So whatever your strategy is, you're going to set that at the campaign level. Okay, you're going to set that at the campaign level. So that's pretty much all you do in the campaign level. Then the ad set level is pretty much where you get, this where the magic happens, right? Because in the campaign level, you can actually set if you have custom audiences, you can actually add your custom audiences to this level here. If you wanted to target a certain country, whether it's, Canada, UK, Ukraine, United States, or if you want to get more specific, like maybe if you're a stylist, and I'm going to show this, teach you guys this strategy as well. But if you're a stylist and let's say, there's a wedding expo going on in your actual city, you can literally take the actual, wherever the expo is, you can get the address, put it into Facebook at the ad set level, and target everyone who's within that 1 mile radius, which is very powerful, okay? So you can actually do that. Also, too, you can do age, gender. You can do, of course, detailed targeting, whether they're interested in like, Shark Tank or what have you. You can exclude audiences in the ad set. You can also basically tell Facebook where you want your ad to actually be placed. So if you want it to be in a news feed, you want it to be on Instagram, you want it to be on audience networks or Messenger, you can also set it at the ad set level. Also in the ad set level, you can set schedules. So like if you have a continuous schedule or a continuous campaign, meaning there's no end date, you set it in the campaign level. Or if you wanted to schedule campaigns, let's say you have a restaurant, so you want to turn it on at like 10 o'clock to get the lunch hour rush, then you can set it for 10 o'clock, shut it off at 3 p.m., right? So that's kind of like the ad set level. Then your creative is actually what people see. So whoever you pick here, then you can actually, this is the creative that they see. So the creative is pretty much like your images, your videos, your headline, your copy, your CTA, your call to actions. That happens on the ad set, at the creative level, okay? This is where you create your ads, all right? So just to kind of sum it up, your campaign is like the house, right? And then your ad set is basically who's in that house, like who lives in that house, all right? And then the creative is what the house looks like, right, to attract the people. And this is very important that you understand this, okay? Okay, so now that you understand the campaign ad set and creative level, let's go more in depth, all right? So let's go more in depth. And also, too, I'm going to be sharing with you I'm going to walk you through setting up everything. I just kind of wanted to do this on a whiteboard really quick, just to kind of go over the basics and how I think about campaigns. So now, before we actually set up a campaign, the biggest mistake I see people make right, is that they will actually set up a campaign, whether, so they'll go to the campaign, they'll pick, video views or what have you. Then they'll create an ad set, and they will actually have, male, female, and they will have, stack interest. They'll have a whole bunch clumped into the ad set, and then they'll have one creative, right? And let's say if they were selling pain, reliever, right? They would actually run this campaign. They'd probably set it at a $5 a day ad set level, right? $5 a day, that's their budget. And they'll send it to, that audience. And they won't get any conversions. They won't get any sales. It will be a whole total mess. And the reason why they won't get any sales is simply because they're putting everything together, okay? Now, what I do, and what you're going to do from now on, is you're going to segment and separate everything, okay? So, you should have already done this in the previous lesson when I talk about, who has my audience, because I basically show you, how to find your audience and stuff like that, all right? So, so the first thing, like I always say, is, you have to reverse engineer everything. So who is it that you're selling to, and what is it that you're selling, right? So if I'm selling pain reliever, I like to actually create different buckets, okay? I have buckets, and these buckets represent people. So if I'm selling a pain relief, right? Pain relief, then my solution, what I'm selling has, it's more than one audience. Like before, I just showed you people basically set up one campaign, one asset, one creative, and they basically speak the same message to every single body. What I want to do is, for example, I want to have a bucket for people who have back pain, people who have neck pain, and maybe arthritis, right? And because I have different buckets, these are different campaigns. So this is campaign number 1. This is campaign number 2. This is campaign number 3. So if I'm speaking to people with back pains, I'm also going to go and do the actual method I showed you in, who has my audience. I'm going to figure out people with back pain. What are they interested in? If I don't have no kind of custom audiences, I'm starting from scratch, this is where I start. So I will figure out who has the back pain, who has my audience. So I will create this campaign, and I will have ad set number 1, right? Ad set number 2. Ad set number 3. Okay? These are different ad sets. And within these ad sets, I might speak to males. If it's back pain, let's say 35 to 55. And then I might have males 56 to 65. Then I might have females 35 to 55. You get what I'm saying? And then I have one, then I'll do one more, and I'll have an interest. So let's say they're interested in icy hot, right? Let's say this segment here is icy hot, okay? This segment here could be icy hot. Then I'll start all over, and I'll do males. This is going to be ad set number 4, 35, 55. Interest could be, I don't know, Advil or something like that, right? Then I'll do male 56 to 65, and I'll do Advil. You see what I'm saying? So I will have in my campaign, I can have up, sometimes I have 10, 20 different ad sets inside of one campaign. You get what I'm saying? And then when I do my creative is speaking to back pain. All right? So when they see this audience here will only see a message about back pain. So in the actual creative, maybe the image, I might have someone holding their back or something like that, right? Because I want to get these people here, the audience here, I want to get their attention. So I might have, like I said, someone holding their back, and then it will say, you know, do you suffer from back pain? You know, if so, blah, blah, blah. So I will actually have my copy, my call to action. This total funnel or this bucket flow would only be talking about back pain. And even my landing page where I start to send them, and also keep in mind, this is just top of funnel. So you can have 20 different ad sets, okay? And then also my creatives, I can have different creatives, and as you know, as I'm building, when I start to build this out, you will see what I'm talking about. So if you're a little confused, don't worry. This will, you know, you will see how it actually comes all together. But this is just top of funnel, right? All we're trying to do is just get people's attention. And so this, yeah, you might say this is a lot of work. Yes, it is a lot of work, but it pays off because as I'm spending $5 a day on each ad set, I'm going to now go back in every single day and I'm going to look and see, okay, is my mail 35 to 55 actually working? Am I getting a positive ROAS, meaning return on ad spend? Or am I losing money? Or maybe the 56 to 65 is a better ad set. So I might turn this ad set off, the 35 to 55, turn it completely off, and basically dump my money into this ad set. Or maybe the females is actually better. You know what I mean? So this here, and this is really important when you go and set up your ad sets, that you have it named so that you can just look at it as a glance every single day and find out what's winning and what's not. And this is every single day, 7 days a week. As long as your ads are running, you want to be doing this every day. And this is, like I said, this is just top of funnel. All right, you still have the middle of funnel, and then you have the bottom of funnel. Okay, so this is basically how it actually works here. This is kind of like what I look at. And like I said, everything is congruent all the way down to the landing page, meaning back pain. Everything is all about back pain in this campaign, even the creative and then where I send them. So if I go to a landing page, it's going to say suffer from back pain, blah, 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 my copy, what have you, buy solution here, right? If it's going to be neck pain, same ordeal. Everyone who's actually in this actual bucket is going to see nothing but neck pain messages. And everyone who has arthritis is going to be the same thing. You get what I'm saying? People they skip this part here. This is the testing phase. So we probably dumped $500 to $1,000 just in this phase to find out what's winning. And then when we find out the winning combination, meaning the right ad set with the right creative, then we start to scale, right? So we might bump this, let's say if this ad set number 2 is the winning ad set, then we might say, okay, we're spending $5 a day. All right, so let's actually scale this one to about $20 a day, especially if we have a positive ROAS, meaning if we have 4 to 5 times ROAS, meaning if I'm spending $5, that means I'm making $20 a day if it's 4 times. So if I want to dump, you know, if I want to set it at $20 a day, then I know my ROAS is going to be 80. You get what I'm saying? This is how we can scale, all right? So this is very powerful. This actually works like charms. If you really want to scale your actual campaigns, you want to focus on, you know, segmenting your audience, but you cannot do this if you skip the actual who has my audience section. So if you haven't completed that section, go back to that section and fill out all that information. Like I said, I walk you step by step on how to find who is your audience and, you know, where your audience is hanging, like who has your audience. So make sure you go back there because that's going to show you, you know, what interest to actually put in based on your niche, right? So that's very powerful. Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty much what I think about as far as like setting up campaigns. Like I said, I want to segment everything. Most people will have, you know, I sell pain reliever, right? And they'll just bunch it up in one campaign, one ad set, and, you know, one creative, and they'll just hope and pray that they get a sell, and they never will get a sell. And they might be lucky and get a 1 sell, but they don't know what's working, what's not, so they can never scale that. You might get lucky and get 5 sales, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to actually find out what's the winning combination and put as much money behind that as possible, because once we have that information, it's predictable income. This is why we spend, you know, like I said, $500, $1,000 a day in campaigns, because we know if we spend $1,000 today and we have a 4 times ROAS, meaning return on our ad spend, then we're going to make $4 back. It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. So I wanted to kind of go over this really quick to show you what I think on how I think about, setting up my campaigns before I even turn them on. You know what I mean? This is already done. And also too, what I do is I actually set out my top of funnel, my mid funnel, and my actual bottom funnel before I even start a campaign. I want to make sure, if these people actually watch 60 or 50% of a video, then what video is next? That's the middle of funnel. And then if they watch 50% of that video or 75% of that video, then what video is next? Or what offers next? You get what I'm saying? So I'll cover that in the next video as far as top of funnel, mid funnel, and bottom of funnel. But really quick, I wanted to show you guys this here because I think this is really important. I hope that you understand the importance of segmenting your campaigns. Please do not clump everything together. One message fits all. That's not how it works on Facebook. It has to be relevant to the audience. So as long as you're talking to the audience and their pain points, then you're going to get conversions. All right. So I'll see you on the next video. All right. So real quick, I wanted to really kind of stress this, and I kind of forgot to mention this. Now, the reason why this is super important. I mean, it's super important. Yes, we segment and everything. But what's the outcome about doing this? What's the real benefit? All right. So now, with this, let's say, for example, we're running pain reliever to a back pain audience. And let's say our creative, I can test different creatives too. And you'll see it as we actually start to build our campaigns. But what I might do to make it even more relevant is for males, I might use a male creative, right? For females, I might use a female creative, right? So why do I do this? The reason why I do this is because the more relevant it is, the higher CTR, right? The higher your click-through rate is going to be, right? So the higher your click-through rate, right, the lower your cost per click is going to be, and the cheaper your CPA, right, your cost per acquisition will be, okay? So if you're running, for example, let's say you're running a campaign, and let's say your campaign is at, your CP, your cost per click is $1, right? And let's say you have it at $5 a day. So that means that you're only going to get 5 clicks a day. So how do we actually, lower this cost? Well, we increase the CTR, right, with your click-through rate. And how we do that is basically, changing our copy, changing our images. We test a whole bunch of stuff. But if your image and your copy is all relevant, then you're going to get a higher CTR, okay? So now let's say our click-through rate's high and we drop our cost per click down to 20 cents a day. So that means that instead of getting 5 clicks to our website, we're getting 25. You get what I'm saying? So this is super important. And then our cost per acquisition drops lower because, of course, we're not spending a lot of money to actually get people to our website. We're spending less because we're increasing our click-through rate. So this is why, really, this is why we want to do this. We want to segment everything because we're trying to increase our click-through rate and drop our CPC and our CPA. All right. Now, as far as the abbreviations, remember, I definitely have a section where you can download all the abbreviations because sometimes I just say CTR, CPC. I forget sometimes. So you can just download that and actually go through and see what that means. Okay. So I wanted to actually add this real quick because this is really important too. Like I said, you want to make sure that you're seeing these numbers. And as we start to build the campaign, I'll show you how to set up your ad manager so that you can see these numbers in right there on your actual ad manager account on the ad set level. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. I'm back now. That was part of my training that I have, and it's an advanced training. I know it was probably a little bit advanced for you, but trust me when I tell you guys, if you just go back through it once more, probably once or twice more and watch it again, it's going to click. But it's so important that you understand this information, all right? So if you want to get more information or you want to take my course and, really get deep down into how to create funnels, how to do Facebook advertising, even how to do YouTube advertising. I lay it all out for you. I mean, step by step. That way you can actually be really successful in crushing it in 2019. So if you're interested, I have a special deal for all my econ. All you have to do is there's a link down below. Just click that link. And it's going to take you to a capture page, and then just enter your email address and I'll send you the information. Now, so you understand, and this is not a gimmick, the price that I actually have it for my econ is going to be a limited offer. I'm only going to do it for the first 100 people. And the only reason why is because I know the value of this actual program that I'm releasing, and it's going to be powerful. As you can see right now, just watching that video, that's just a smidgen of what you're going to learn in the training program. So it's definitely going to help you in my econ. It's definitely going to help you build out your business. But yeah, once again, guys, I mean, this is super important. Like I said, you know, I'm big on building audiences because I know that is how you win in any business. The bigger your audience, the bigger your paycheck. All right. So I'll see you in the next video.